Hey, what's going on, guys? Rick with Rick's Toy Room. As you can see, some of the stuff is already starting to be moved out. I actually have ripped out and torn down the entire game room. I just have to break down the gorilla shelves and finish boxing up the treasure hunts, super treasure hunts, and my limited editions, and then I can move everything from that room into here. And then I can patch and paint that room, and then strip this down, patch and paint it, and keep moving. So, but that is not what we're here about. We have a new Entertainment Earth shipment in today. We got 2 cases of J. I'll be honest, I have not looked up what this treasure hunt and super hunt is, so this box is going to take a little longer to get through. I have 2 cases of them. I'll probably just do 1 case today, and then we'll do another case in a day or so. I've got a lot more stuff I want to finish cleaning up and getting done to close out that room, to get the photos done and get the house back listed on the market. So this week is the roofers. They will be here on Tuesday to start dropping stuff off. They're going to complete the job by Thursday. And then as soon as that's done, I'm going to finish up the photos and get the house relisted. I had an offer on a place in Winter Garden earlier this week and then rescinded the offer once we saw the inspection. The house was trashed. Explains why it was going for so cheap. But again, not what we're here for. I'm seeing all kinds of cool stuff, so let's get into it. All right, J case. We have the Honda Moto Campo. I don't know if we saw this. This is new for 2025. It's like this little suitcase motor car that's kind of cool. We've obviously already seen this one, the supercharged funny car. We've seen the F-150 Raptor before. Still a cool truck. I really do like that one. I'm not going to keep a lot of the stuff out of these main lines after packing up an entire room full of Hot Wheels. I have decided I don't want to do this a whole lot more often. I need to be looking for treasure hunts and super treasure hunts, by the way. Okay, all 3 of these we've already seen. The Austin minivan, the wagon, and another Moto Campo. None of those are the hunts. None of those are the supers. Though, I'll have to double check. The tracked wagon does have what looks to be a missing tampo on the tire, so that's possibly error. Oh no, it's in the it's on the card image too, so definitely not an error. All right, let's see what the next 3 are. All right, the only new one out of this batch is the mid-mill. So there is the mid-mill. That is new for the J case. We have the Dodge Hemi and the Batmobile. And again, I hate the fact that they did this Batmobile in this color scheme because it looks very similar to the treasure hunt they did not too long ago. We have the Draftinator and the Silverado Trail Boss, both of which we have seen in previous cases. The 67 Mustang and black now. I like it. I like it a lot. That one I'll probably keep for myself. Okay, we have the High Roller, the Hauler Back, and Disney Steamboat. None of these are treasure hunts. All of these we've seen before. I think the High Hauler is a repaint. I think that was an orange plastic last time, not the pink. And then, trying not to damage any cars, trying to look in here, trying to find some cool stuff. All right, next up, that one's new, that one's new, that one's new. All right, so all 3 of these are new for this case. Oh, that's the treasure hunt. All right, so the treasure hunt is the Nissan Leaf. This is the Nissan Leaf Nimozo RC02. You can see the text under there, maybe. The logo is, yep, there you go. Now you can see the text. It's right there, so that's the hunt. We'll keep that one aside. The Draft and Brake and the Ferrari. These are both new for this case. This Ferrari is actually really slick. Seeing Ferraris back in Hot Wheels 1/64th is really nice. All right, so the hunt is the top. I don't think the super is on the same side as the hunt, so we probably won't see a super on this side. All 3 of these we've seen before. This is the funny car that was the HK Super, but it is also a J case normal. We got the Dodge Viper and the Nerve Hammer. And of course, I've always been a sucker for the Viper. The El Viento, the Austin Mini, and the Batman and Robin. All three of these. Nothing new, nothing special. Like well, and I've said this before, most of the time these cases are half new, half old. This one's new for the case. The Maserati Shamal in that gray. Kind of looks like one of the other BMWs though. Not really impressed with that. The Little Red Express and the Decidedly Go. And I have so many of these at this point, I'm not even collecting them. Alright, so that's the first half of the J case. We did hit the treasure hunts. Let's see if the super's in here. And like I said, I don't know what the super is. So, not a super, but it is another color of the gasser. The something funny. So the funny car. Alright. Next three. That one's actually new, and so is that one, or at least for the J case. So we've got the Hako Type D, one of the Japanese imports. Pretty slick. Another Batmobile. And the Cruisin' Bruiser in yellow. This is actually kind of cool looking. It's not new for 25, which is interesting. But I don't recall seeing this in any of the other series this year, so fun. All right. We've seen all of these at one point or another. The Ford GT Borgia, the Zinger, and the Dodge Viper. The Zinger is a new color. The Borgia, I believe, is a new color. I don't recall, but I do know that that came out earlier in the year. So that would have to be a repaint. If I don't see a super logo, by the time we finish this box, we will look it up and see what the super was. The Mazda Drift, I do believe, is new for this case. I do like the Ferrari style wheels on that. The Hauler Back and the Hemi. Fun times. Alright, let's see what the next ones are. We have another Lamborghini Miura, the Draftinator, and another Decidedly Go. The Lambo in that black and gold. Kind of cool. Not terrible. And ooh, now we've hit some new ones. Okay, the BMW is new for 2025. I think this came out in the G case, but here is the Hot Wangs. This is the hot sauce car, fantasy car. Kind of cool. I like that one. I like that one. And then the Lotus Type 49. Actually, I think that came out in the A case in a different color. But it's still a cool car. Alright, getting into... what else do we have in here? We're almost done with the case. We've only got a couple more rows. Obviously, the Vanster. We've seen that before. Nothing special. We have... ooh. I like it. We have another F1. So this is the Mercedes AMG. So this would be the third F1 car on the main lines. There is the Punk Rod, which, meh, we've seen it before. The Silverado, meh, seen it before. Hot Wheel Concept, we've seen this a few times already. Not impressed. The Cupra E-Racer in the silver. It is not the Super. And then, alright, this is kind of cool. The 15 Land Rover Defender Double Cab. Hummer, Jeep Wrangler wannabe looking. Not bad. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Alright, we hit another Ford GT, a Punk Rod, and another one of the SF90 Stradale Ferraris. So you get two Ferraris in this case. That's really nice. Good to see. Alright, last, like, 12 cars. Let's see what they are. We got another Steamboat Willie and another Cupra. Okay, okay. We have another Hot Wings, which is cool. It's sweet. I like it. We have the Gordon Murray Automotive T50, not a Super. We have the Mazda Drift. Again, we've already seen this one tonight. And we have the Hot Wheels Concept 50. We've seen a few times. And then, interesting enough, not the Supers, but the Porsche 911 Clip Car in all red. Kind of getting tired of seeing those, to be honest. And the Renault E-Space F1, which is new for this year. And that's a new case for the J case. All right, so that was everything. I did not recall seeing the Super Hunt in there, though I don't recall showing this off. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe it's in that pile. But the Vespa, let's see real quick what the JK Super Hunt was. My boys over at Hot Wheel Treasure, give them a shout out because this is where we get everything that we're looking for when it comes to new news. Super Hunts, Mint Mobile, 2025. Wow, they've already got 2026s out. They've already seen them. Okay, that is the E, F, G, H. All right, so J was supposed to be that gasser. So the gasser in a dark gray with real riders. That was the Super Hunt. We did not get that. We got it in a light gray. It's over here in like that first pile. It came off the first. It came off like the first row of cars. So let me put some of these back real quick. We'll get back to it in just a second. Yeah, so that was fun. The J case did not have a lot of stuff that interested me. Not only because a lot of this stuff we've already seen, but not a lot of fantasy cars. The Ferraris, obviously, are a good pick because it's the first year the Ferraris are back. So keeping a stack of those would not probably be a bad idea. You know, first year Ferrari comes back to the 1/64th scale. I could see some stuff happening with those, maybe. There it is. There's the gasser. Double checking. No, this is not the Super because we don't have real riders on the front. But that is what the Super should have been. So we will know next time when we crack that box, the other case we have for the next video. That's what we're looking for. All right, guys, that's it. Like I said, I'm not going to waste a whole lot more time today. I just wanted to get through a case, show you all what we got in. Hit a treasure hunt. I'm happy with it. I'm getting back to packing, getting things closed up, and then hopefully we'll have some other content coming out soon. All right. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and probably, if not tomorrow, Monday, we'll do the other case just for some content. All right. See you then.